Hi Pisces, this is Tarot-blee Accurate. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time here, hey, welcome. I hope you come back. If it's not your first time, welcome back. Thanks so much for coming back. I really appreciate all your likes, shares, subscribes, your comments. They're awesome. I really appreciate all your support. You're the reason why I do this. So Pisces, we're doing a love reading for singles first, then couples. And it is for... card just flew right out of the deck, the World, so that's for singles. It is for April 5th through May 5th. And I just wanted to say, when it's a whole month, you might want to come back and check in a couple weeks, and then again towards the end of the month to see how the message has changed for you, because sometimes things don't resonate or click right away, or they do, but in a different way, and then the reading means something like way different to you as time happens, because maybe things haven't occurred yet. To put them in context. That's how tarot works, right? It's a little bit energies of the now and energies to come, divination. So anyway, that's my advice to you, as well as if this is for sun, moon, and rising signs or ascendant signs, but if this is not your moon sign, you probably want to check your moon, just because moon signs are all about emotions and like how you feel on the inside and your subconscious and your intuition, and that's all very deeply tied to love. So anyway, keep that in mind. So we'll just get started. So Pisces, April 5th through May 5th. What do you need to know, you singles out there? Had a whole little stack to slip right out. The Knight of Wands with the Fool in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. We've had a lot of Emperor action going on in these readings today for love, for a lot of signs. Okay, so Pisces, this is kind of an interesting reading. I don't know, I can kind of like see like energies right here in front of me. I don't know if you can see those in the computer, but if you do, let me know. You guys are really good about commenting when you see weird phenomena in my videos. But so I think this is kind of important for you to hear. This first card, the World. Okay, so the World is the card of completing something. Okay, like completing karma, like whatever you've just gone through, like it is now done. Reset, redo. Everything now is new. Okay, new energies. Goodness gracious, there's like a lot going on here in front of me. So, it's a little bit like the Magician, because, anything could happen. But your mindset right now is that, you're not quite here yet, is what you're thinking. But I think you are here. Okay. But it's like, you're like, okay, the worst is behind me, but what's next? What's next? Except that the worst is behind you, and anything you want is next. Like, because taking this defensive stance and being like, okay, I'm ready for the next little hit, I'm ready for this next negative thing, you're becoming the Fool in reverse, where you're like blocking like fun, exciting opportunities from coming, because you're thinking in the negative and expecting things to be bad. Like you're expecting to be the Emperor in reverse, where like your things are totally out of your control. Like you're thinking like, okay, like I'm going to be knocked off the throne. But that's not the case. Like that's a mindset. And so with law of attraction, that's kind of what you're creating in your love life. Like new exciting things are coming. Like you're single because you've completed the karma with your past, lovers or relationships. And so now it's time for new, but you're like just waiting for like things to go ick again. So, positive mindset, take that thought and chuck it. It's not needed. You're kind of looking at things now in broader terms, which is a good step in the right direction. And you're not sad, like you're not focusing on the negative. You're focusing on the positives and on, the good things about being single and what that means, and, like how there's happiness there. So just really let go and say, okay, yeah, it's done. Like you don't have to be afraid that somebody's going to show up on your doorstep and beg for you to take them back. Like if it means you have to block them from your phone, do it. Do it, you know? Like, because that's how it's done. Like, they're only going to come back and, like, mess with you if you allow them to. Don't, because, you know, like, there's good, happy stuff for you. What else for Pisces singles, April 5th through May 5th? The Tower card with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So if you engage with, you know, past lovers, people like that, it is going to be a total S storm. But you know what? Like in the end, you're going to end up in the same result anyway, where you're going to be able to just like move on and find your own happiness and stability. It's just going to take longer. And, you know, you're going to be like a little bit smug, like, oh, well, I won, you know? But why not just say right now, like, hey, I win. Like, I'm choosing to be happy. Like, why do you want to go through all the drama and like chaos and heartache and hurt other people? It's not worth your time. Like, just focus on being the Knight of Pentacles right now, who's like all this yellow, like really bright, like happy energy. And this is like stability, you know, like this is like good things, like very grounded and like down to earth, and you got your ish together. Like just be like that, you know? Why not? So for couples, Pisces couples, April 5th through May 5th, what's going on for you? Cards are a little bit sticky. Not literally, they just like are not as jumpy as typically, which is fine. Maybe no news is good news, right? There's nothing like dying to jump out of the deck for you. Okay, Pisces couples. Oh, Tower card. Whoa. With the Devil card in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Death card in reverse, and the Four of Wands in reverse. So, kind of a bummer, right, couples? So you guys are probably not going to be able to avoid this like the singles could by just like blocking things out. You do have an issue in your relationship and it kind of sucks, you know? Like, you're like, this major sucks. Major sucks. You might be thinking about leaving your relationship, quitting. You know, the Devil card in reverse, when it's like this, it's like, oh, I feel tied to this person. Like right now, you're kind of like, you know what? I know that I can leave. I can if I want. I'm not shackled really. I mean, look at this, like how loose those are on these people's necks. They could slide it right over their head. And, you know, when it's upside down, gravity, right? Fall right off. So I'm not saying that this is a general reading, okay? So I'm not saying that all of you are going to break up, things like that. But some of you might realize, like, after some sort of chaos in your relationship that, you know, maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you can. Maybe you don't want to. But you realize that it's an option. But I don't feel like any of you are really going to, like, just trek off and do something new and different. And that's probably a good thing because you wouldn't be ready. You'd be, like, sad and your mind would be clouded. But as a result of all of this chaos and turmoil in your relationship, you're not really feeling bright and joyful and creative and really like in control and really you. Like you're not feeling like very sexy and like you're radiating like any charisma at all, which is maybe why like if you do break up that you don't just dive right into dating and a new relationship right away. You're just not feeling it yet. You kind of want to grieve and like mourn the loss of that. But that being said, I don't think that a lot of you are going to leave the relationship. I think that a lot of you are going to think about it, but then go, you know what? No, I'm going to hold out for a little bit because things are not always happy and stable. It's not always like sunshine and pudding. Rainbows. That's rainbows is the phrase. Sunshine and rainbows. But it's not sunshine and rainbow and pudding either. I mean, you know, just isn't all the time. Like relationships need to go through hardships and survive those because that creates deeper bonds. So, whoa, I jumped out right here. So it's saying, you know, like by the end of the month with your Five of Cups in reverse, that you will be focusing on the positives what's still there in the relationship, like how you grew, like what you still love about each other. And so, you know, this month might be a really tough month for you, but just persevere. A lot of your cards are about inaction, okay? Because you have wands, which are about taking action, but they're in reverse, okay? Actually, this is quite interesting. All of your cards here are wands in reverse, except for the major arcana cards, okay? So all of your pip cards, all of your temporary energies are wands in reverse. And then the card about, you know, like focusing on what is there still, what is good. Like, how are you still emotionally bonded and connected? So, you know, like inaction is probably your best plan. I think you can survive this as a couple. It's just going to be kind of a tough month for y'all. How do you get the best outcome though? Because I'm sorry, like I can't lie to you. My channel's called Tarot-blee Accurate. That's the name of my business. So if I don't give you accurate readings, that'd be really cruddy. So yeah, and I said like, how can you like best handle the situation? And it's saying, you know, don't take off, don't leave, don't pack all your crap up and threaten to go, because just stick around, okay? So sorry, that's kind of a bummer. It's a tough month, but you guys are going to get through this, so there's optimism there. Love you, Pisces, and so sorry for the cruddy news for those of you who are single, and for those of you who are coupled, but don't become single if you're coupled and this is you, because it'll pay off to stay together. And for those of you who are single, say adios to any past lovers coming right back in. All right, see you in a few days for your general reading. Bye. Mwah.